Warning. Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc is rated M by the ESRB due to content that may be uncomfortable to watch, hear, or read for some viewers. Cursing, vulgarity, and some other instances have been edited out or revised. However, viewer discretion is still advised. Hello everyone and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. This is the Class 2 trial, so we are going to go ahead and go through these red doors right here so we can begin the second class trial to figure out who killed Chihiro Fujisaki. So is everyone ready to what? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember?
Come on.
Kidding! I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. It's crazy that he says that Toko is an, integral part of this class investigation. I wonder what that means. And just like that, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. Yeah, I'm not even gonna attempt to recreate that sound. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. It's terrible. You're terrible.
Phew.
So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. Alright. Should we? Let's see what Kyoko has to say. Let's talk to my girl.
Shall we go?
Oh. Okay, that's all that she has to say. Let's talk to Mondo then?
Hey, come on.
Toko, man. What's got her worked up? Okay, what about Byakuya? What does he have to say? I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. Okay, well, what about Toko? What does she have to say? Oh, okay. Well, I guess let's just go onto the elevator then, because nobody wants to talk to me. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. I told you not to get used to how many people were on here because we are down 4 people, and whoever's going down is not coming back up with us after this. Well, one of these people that you see right here is not coming back up with us. The steel box sank with heavy clunky sounds, deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop. You look slightly different. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good. You're rip-raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well.
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
Thrills,
Everyone,
chills,
please find your assigned
thrills.
seats. Okay, I think I might have to look at the controls because I forgot how to do the class trial. And so, the curtain once again opened. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. Makoto, are you going to say this every time? A deadly class trial. Yeah, I'll save the data. Okay, so we have... Okay, I'm going to read it this time. The bizarre class trial begins again. Why was Chihiro murdered? Is the killer hiding within the group? Is there any help to be found in this series of murders? Okay, well, I guess that's fine. Okay, so I have 3 experience points, or something points. So I can have that and Melodious Voice. And I think that's all the ones that I have. So this increases the speed of memorizing a statement, effective during the nonstop debate, costs 2 speed points, and then Melodious Voice increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed, effective during the bullet time battle. Okay. Okay, I think that's good. Alright.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
I don't really need to.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. The dumbbell. Obviously. I mean, it could be a red herring, but in this case, I'm pretty sure that is exactly what it is. Okay, so let me actually pause real quick. Can I not? Okay, good. Aim, fast forward. Fire is 12. Select it is, and concentrate is R. Okay.
Rose fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
I agree with that.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, that's wrong. Oh, shoot.
Interesting. That certainly would make...
Okay, well, so I need to concentrate on... Yasuhiro's.
Blunt pipe.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
Yeah, because it was covered in blood, and, like, that's the only thing that was around that seemed to be heavy enough to have crashed Chihiro's skull in.
It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
Yeah, that's a big dumbbell.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Okay.
You looked at her head wound?
Who else is going to, if not Kyoko? Like, how else are we gonna figure things out?
Yay! That's so creepy!
Okay, we have to get over the creepiness and start thinking if we need to solve these cases, someone's gonna have to take one for the team and investigate like that. Like, how do you think, like, murders get solved outside of this? And Kyoko's like, I don't know what to say to you guys.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit.
Already?
Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
See, I don't think he truly believes this. I think he just is trying to make things interesting and play around.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Why do they keep saying fiendish? Is there not another word that they could use to describe? Because this is like the 8 millionth time that they've said the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to nonstop debates. Yes, I would like to hear more. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. There's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the X button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shut down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Okay. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. I think I have it set to kind, so it's okay. in which case you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Maybe I should have done gentle, so then it would be like more story-based instead of action-based, but honestly I think these are kind of the fun about this game, you know? Well then, good luck and have fun. And I mean, you can also like read the white noise because it's really funny because they pertain to what's going on, I guess, if that makes sense.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Yeah.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
That's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Which technically, she's kind of correct, but also like not correct. She doesn't know why she's correct.
Might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library.
Why did Makoto say that he found it instead of saying him and Byakuya? That's what I want to know.
I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
Okay.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
This is Hope Speak, Mondo. I think, I don't know, like I said last time, I feel like Hope Speak is prestigious enough to have some of that, so then they can train the country's ultimates, like ultimate police detective, ultimate regular detective, ultimate, like, I don't know, whatever kind of anything else that goes with that, you know what I mean?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth, so let's forget about that for now.
That's a little suspicious. That's suspicious. That's weird.
More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail.
It does.
According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Yes. Bloodlust.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No, bloodlust. You might be dyslexic.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
The way that the victims were suspended.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Yeah, tell him, Naegi. The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body. It's how the victim was positioned. So basically you gave me the answer.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Kind of, not really. Kind of not really,
So,
actually.
how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
There's somebody else who knew about that.
There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way.
And Mondo's like, are you sure? What do you mean that this person walks among us?
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
One of us. One of us.
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Yeah, they kind of made that really obvious. So if you didn't catch that, it's probably because you have no idea anything about this game.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
Actually, he's not lying. Is that well, they're about to reveal it, so it's really not that much of a spoiler.
Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember?
Hemophobia.
What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
The kind who has multiple identities, or dissociative identity disorder, which is not accurately portrayed in this game, so... Anyways, I don't know what else to say about that.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why's this gotta be so complicated?
You know, Hiro, I don't know, man. I don't know, I'm with you on this one. It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Oh, is it gonna be Hangman's Gambit? I don't actually know what this says. Oh! Schizo. Okay, why is that the word that we're using?
Now I understand. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Why wouldn't it just be split? Why wouldn't that be the word?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Yeah, but why does she not have that behavior after Junko? Because, like, let's just assume that she never saw Sayaka. That's fine. But she literally was there when Junko was impaled. So, is it because technically her alter ego did not do it? Is that why? Like, I don't understand. You know what I mean? The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality has to do with her behavior. Her behavior changed.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
she was completely different. She had her tongue sticking out, she was laughing all maniacal, and then she was like, "Are you dead?" And then, yeah, laughing again. And then whatever that one meant. Oh, there's two sides to everything. That's a really clever way of saying that there's two sides of everything, and then you can use your brain to figure that out, that also means her. That's smart. I like that. I like that. I like that.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm.
Mm-hmm. And for someone with hemophobia...
in other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Well, yeah, we thought that before, but we thought it's because she didn't want to be the next victim. But it's because she's scared of unleashing Genocide Jack. See? I won't let him have control of her.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in.
It was to keep other people...
it was to keep her other personality from getting out.
That.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing
Stop
even
saying
more
murderous
people.
Fiend.
How?
He's pretty smart, to be totally honest with you. I don't know how he totally figured that out. Unless it's just from, like, reading and then understanding her personality. I really don't know. Because, like, the only thing that it said was it could be a student. They're all students. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Oh, did she tell him? Did I miss that part? Did I forget that part?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
No, it's not, actually.
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
I know that she's like obsessed with him. I want to know what made her think that he was a safe person to tell. Because it's Byakuya. Like, come on, girl. Also, is that how this trial plays out in the anime? Because why do I not remember this class trial in the anime? Like, is that one of those episodes that I just put on in the background and then forget about?
What?
You promised! I can't believe you lied!
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it gives you the right to tell everybody, you big jerk.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Okay, and why would you tell everybody here in it? I mean, I guess because it's a killing game, but like, you're kind of setting her up to be hated and also killed. Is that your objective? Is that how you're trying to win? Because you're just a big meanie head.
Besides, you broke your promise first.
Which was...
You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Because she said something about a promise to him. I couldn't keep our promise. But also, we're missing some key components about the case files that, you know, were not part of this murder.
But in spite of that promise...
See, I couldn't keep our promise.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Oh, so he did that to keep her from going out with it? You really are a jerk. That's low.
That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that.
To be fair, she is pretty delusional, so he probably really did never say that.
But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
I wish this hate would continue throughout the franchise.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
That's exactly what he means, unfortunately, Toko. Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Pretty sure she sneezes in the anime.
Hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Mm-hmm.
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Toko, what happened to you?
Toko's not here right now.
Not Toko! That's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality!
Is it textbook?
So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
Yeah, I can't laugh like that, unfortunately.
She's so intense.
That's one way to describe her.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Aw, that's actually kind of cute.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds!
But not of this.
Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid!
Monokuma is very offended.
And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless!
So stop trying to talk about them.
I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Yeah.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
Well, I don't know about you, but it doesn't really cause pain to me. I actually quite enjoy it.
Just kidding again!
Makoto's like, I don't even know what to say right now.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
No, she's not.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Yeah, the secrets.
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined.
Yeah, I guess. But who's to say that that's the secret that Monokuma had? You know, it could have been really, like, another embarrassing secret.
So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Unless that's why she told Byakuya, because it was in her little secret thing. I don't know.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Yeah, she's like, hello, don't you know my MO?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
I do. I can imagine it.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
I believe her.
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Makoto was like, for some reason, I do kind of believe her, though. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all of this. Status of the dead body. Yeah, because there were no scissors. It was crucifixed by,
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
with the
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change
with the extension cord.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
Okay.
Give it up. You killed
So it's Byakuya's. I needed to use my focus.
Sorry, but I didn't
you. What more proof do we
Oh
need?
my god.
Give it up. You killed her.
These controls are killing me. It's so hard to press X and triangle and R1 at the same time. I only have a few fingers.
The modus operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
That was so hard. I had to almost use both hands to be able to press all three of those
Are the
buttons.
methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
I'm not either.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Yeah, there's a couple differences. I don't know if they're necessarily slight.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know?
Makoto does.
Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction.
And scissors.
I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Yeah. The status of the bodies. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see different. The fatal injury.
A gun! For one, the cause of death is different.
Yeah. Toko, or Genocide Jack, kills with scissors. This person killed with a dumbbell.
In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Yeah, a serial killer's not just gonna change their MO just randomly.
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Because with serial killers, I think it's a game, and it's like, here's all these ones that I've done exactly the same way, and you still haven't figured it out yet?
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method?
Yeah, because at that point, it's a game of cat and mouse to them.
And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini,
Oh, I'm so glad I've already eaten, because that would be disgusting.
then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
Yeah, Hiro's like, I'll never eat again.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Yeah, because they were also hung up with the scissors, not with an extension cord. That's right, the second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference. How she was suspended. Oh. Well, apparently I said when instead of how.
Shoot!
Oops. Okay, well, didn't need to do that. Maybe I need to read the entire sentence. What was used to suspend her?
I got it!
I need to read all the
Remember
words.
what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
The scissors in which they were killed with.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement!
I just want to know who keeps manufacturing these scissors, and why are they not out of style?
Like I said, I'm a professional!
Or out of production, I guess.
So naturally, I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong!
Big Mac Makoto.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
She sure is, Shorty.
Listen up, Big Mac! There's actually one more difference!
Huh?
Yeah, she only kills males.
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
I want us to keep this little nugget in our head for a later chapter. Because if I remember, I might go back and talk about it.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There's a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it? If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is... I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro, because Chihiro was a girl.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
Genocide Jack only kills men.
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Ken, Tetsuhiro, Soji, Kano, Takeshi. Yeah, they all seem like there's men's names.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
You better watch out, Byakuya.
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
He's like, no, she's gonna kill me.
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it.
Oh.
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
All right.
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little male, you wouldn't kill her?
Apparently not.
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it.
Are you sure?
It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
I don't think a serial killer would stoop quite that low to even go outside of their philosophy in order to, you know, get out into the real world where there's less suspects in here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that they would take that chance.
Quiet, lowly cur!
I like this version of her standing up for herself to Byakuya.
Lowly cur?
Yeah, you deserve that.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival.
Yeah, I didn't think that she would.
And if by some fluke I did kill to survive,
Then there are less of you to figure it out. Duh.
why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That too.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Whoever the actual killer is in this case.
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Oh, you underestimate her.
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Yeah, ones that Jade from Victorious, by the way, would pay good money for, probably.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
There aren't? How do you not have scissors? I feel like every establishment should have scissors just in general, you know?
Are you sure about that?
I love this cutscene. It's so fun.
She's fully equipped!
She is.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
Yeah, I totally believe her. She's just crazy enough for me to believe every single word that she says. Oh, Taka.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
Yes, unfortunately she is.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
And Byakuya Togami.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Eeny, meeny, miny, you.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you've already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Yeah, because you admitted it to us that you've looked over it so many times.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
He definitely suspended Chihiro's body.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Mm-hmm.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Ew.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
Yeah, rightfully so, because you're the one who messed with her.
Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
When you said, let's check out the girls' locker room.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
The locker rooms. They're suspicious. Let's look at the girls' locker room. Yeah.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
Why wouldn't you want to go into the guys' locker room?
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say?
Yeah.
The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
But how did you know that Chihiro was the victim? We didn't know who the victim was yet.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it?
We weren't told who the victim was. There was only like 4 or 5 of us that were even woken up by Monokuma.
Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
I will. There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to nonstop debates. Sure. Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the triangle button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. So, press and hold triangle. Is that what they just said? So it's not going to be Monokuma file. Okay, R1 is concentrate. Triangle is...
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Yes.
But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it.
No,
That's
because
a natural reaction for any guy.
Somebody is
the victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first.
Right.
There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay, actually, I feel like Asahina's is the one that... Yeah, so we need to say Asahina's before we found the body.
So, you said Byakuya
Before we found the body, and then this is what we need to
But he was acting...
do to Byakuya's.
That's a natural...
The victim was Chihiro.
How could you have known that? How could you have done that?
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Yeah, Monokuma didn't tell us.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit.
Yeah, you weren't expecting that, were you?
Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
How?
Huh?
Yeah, Makoto's like, what? What did I do wrong?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead, show us.
To be honest, that was my only argument. That's the only one that I remembered. What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him. To be honest, though, it kind of doesn't have anything to do with him, not the bulk of it.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents.
Oh, right, the extension cord that we clearly have seen him use. And yeah, thank you, Kyoko. Sorry, sometimes I forget.
The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
That's why you're my girl.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Well, proof that you're the one who suspended Chihiro's body. Kyoko's like, I'm not going to say a thing. A single thing. The differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? What could it be? I prefer the non-stop debates over anything else. Library, desk, lamp. Okay.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
It was a library extension cord.
It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No, yes you have. That's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
I'm surprised that I got that, actually. These white noise things are hard.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
Yep.
Because, you see, that rope, or should I say...
Extension cord.
That extension cord?
Mm-hmm.
What? An extension cord?
Does anybody use their eyeballs?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time
is now missing.
Went missing after the murder.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
To be fair, the library is public. However, I think he's the one who's been in there the most. He's like, I'm finding a hole in your logic. Give me a second.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
I think 2 of 3 of those things are correct.
I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it.
I do think that that's correct.
Is that about right?
You know, 3 out of 4. So 75% of that I agree with. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Actually, no. And Makoto's like, I don't think so either.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
Not really.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
There's several things that should be bothering you.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you?
Okay, why is he pushing so hard for this to be the answer?
I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
The fact that you didn't kill Chihiro. Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said is the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. The scene of the crime. She wasn't killed in the girls' locker room.
In the girls' locker room, right?
And we have a lot of evidence that shows that.
But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
It is.
How disappointing.
Why?
What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
Is it though?
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
I agree with that. However, just because you're found dead somewhere doesn't mean that that's where it happened.
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
Yep. The entire scene was just picked up and moved.
The rest of the murder scene?
Yeah, you seem to be pretty concerned about that, aren't you?
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
The poster, the stain on the rug, the other poster, and the other stain on the rug.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? Ooh, yes, we sure did. When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto.
She was killed somewhere else.
If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
All right, perk your ears up. Turn those listening ears on because I'm about to tell you that the evidence showing where the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys and girls locker rooms. The posters.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
That's not the only proof, but that's a good start.
Your proof is some posters?
I admit that's a little weak, but hear me out.
The poster in the girls' locker room was
a big boob swimsuit model.
A picture of a big boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
Exactly.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
Yeah, when the boys' locker room has a picture of a boy band.
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Okay.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
Not really,
so
no.
You're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms.
The carpet.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Mm-hmm.
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Yep, we are.
Protein coffee?
Yeah.
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved to the boys' locker room.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
I mean, there's not any other explanation, yeah.
But why would anyone do that?
To cover up the fact that the scene of the crime took place in the boys' locker room.
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What? Taka's like, what do you mean?
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Should I say something now? I've been kind of dropping hints, but I don't know.
Huh?
Makoto's like, you know, you have a point. I didn't think that far.
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
They were hiding where it took place for a reason.
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
That's the question, isn't it? Makoto's like, you're kind of right, aren't you, Celeste? Sorry.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device.
Yes.
But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Oh, enlighten us, Yasuhiro.
I highly doubt that.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, I'm on board with Celeste.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Okay, tell us. Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gone into the boys' locker room somehow? Technically, I know what they're wanting me to say. Broken e-handbook.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all.
Yeah, but they're unhackable.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
I don't think Monokuma allows that.
I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Okay, let's use... Oh, hold on.
She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Okay, how do we change bullets? It's L1.
She was the ultimate programmer after all.
Okay, well...
Handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, because... And I think it's because I know...
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
I do agree with that. I think me already having played this kind of confuses some of the clues for me.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
No, it's actually not. But I can't tell you why I know that.
Oh.
It's killing me.
Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
But you're not completely off track.
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Nope, there's a regulation against it being loaned. However, you can steal.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one.
Or stealing it.
In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst. You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
That's good to know.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
There's only one option left.
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It's not, actually.
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
It's still too early. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Thank you, Kyoko.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say?
She's been listening. She's a guiding hand.
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Monokuma, I promise it's beneficial.
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
She's so smart.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting?
It sure will.
Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Huh? For real?
Yeah.
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
It won't be. It'll be entertaining.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Let us go. So before I even knew it was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was... the girls' locker room.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
There's a reason she said, check the body. Thoroughly.
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully.
Oh, how can we know? No, go. You're
It's
off limits.
probably
Nope.
best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
Wrong.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Okay.
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys
Also, Hina,
do
just
it.
let Sakura take one for the team. Okay, babe?
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Sakura, you're just so sweet. Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Kyoko's like, I already know a bunch of things that y'all don't know. I just need you to figure it out.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
It is possible. Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is...
Not a girl.
Is what?
Is a boy!
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Wait until it sets in.
What?
Yep.
You're joking, right?
No.
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what?
That's why I tried not to say she, and I tried to just say Chihiro. Because I knew that, and I was trying not to misgender because I know it. Which, technically, for this game, it would have been okay, so then I didn't, like, tip anybody off. But I don't know if anybody has, you know, realized that I've said mostly Chihiro this, Chihiro that, instead of using pronouns. Like, I've been purposely using Chihiro's name instead of saying she or he.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Kyoko's like, okay, so... we're done now.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy? The thought had never even crossed my mind. Well, no, because Chihiro leaned into trying to be a girl so well.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
And Monokuma already, like, admitted that he knew that, so obviously Chihiro's e-handbook would have said male.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion.
So does that mean that Chihiro's bathroom door didn't lock?
The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
Mm-hmm.
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
To hide the fact that Chihiro was a girl. Or not a girl.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
Oh, please, Hifumi, don't say a thing.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Yeah, that we know that it's not you, because you didn't know that Chihiro wasn't a girl.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Yeah, because in the anime, I do remember this part of the trial. It doesn't play out quite like this. Once that's revealed, Byakuya looks just as shocked as everybody else. And so Makoto's like, yeah, you didn't know that Chihiro wasn't a girl, so you're not the killer. And then Byakuya's like, fine, I'm not the killer.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
No.
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it.
Yes.
But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
Yeah, before we found out that Chihiro's not a girl.
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery.
He is.
The way he's acting,
he's a butt.
It makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Yeah.
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it.
You have nothing to say there, buddy.
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy.
You had no idea.
If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but...
So is he just trying to gauge how smart Makoto is? Because he did mention he wants to team up with him so then he can have all this evidence. Or like, yeah, have all this evidence to solve this like he solved Sayaka's. So is that how he feels like he's going to win the game? Is by using Makoto's brain? Because I never really picked up on that before. I still hate you though.
It's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
What other choice do you have?
Mark it as correct?
Makoto's right. He's not the killer.
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
Yeah, Mondo's not very happy about this.
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Why?
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
That's true.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
I know who it was. But it's gonna take everyone a while to figure out who it was.
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
It could be a guy. Well, actually, it is a guy, obviously.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
Yeah, it has to be without a reasonable doubt.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Okay, but his mind could also be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Just because you agree with somebody doesn't mean that means that you don't have your own mind.
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
Well, that is until Monokuma says, I'm getting bored. Your decision time's done.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy. Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Celeste accountant. Yeah, they were meeting somebody. So, who were they meeting?
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Yes.
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
Actually, somebody
sure
did.
If someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Or at least they did in the
Perhaps
anime.
someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer.
No, that's wrong. Celeste saw them. Celeste saw Chihiro.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Yeah, because he's the only one that you told.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse.
Yeah.
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag.
Yeah, a blue track jacket.
And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
Or put them in a locker that's locked. And we didn't think to look in the lockers for whatever reason.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
Yes.
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Because he was a boy and he couldn't go in with you.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Yeah.
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship!
I don't know if I would quite say friendship.
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Do we though? Because I know who it is, but sometimes I forget how we get to there without the slip up happening. You know?
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Well, technically yes.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
I think you mean that, like, someone strong, right? I don't know.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
I don't know that we quite have that technology at our disposal.
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
Kyoko would.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
This is really shaky. Like, this would not hold up in, like, an actual court of law.
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket you took.
Unless she's purposely wanting someone to slip up and say something. Because this plays out slightly differently in the anime. Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. Celeste's account. So I wonder if I have to take one of these, like...
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
We do.
He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So,
They do say that in
what
anime,
you're
too.
saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
You should have kept your mouth shut.
That's wrong.
That's what Makoto says in the anime.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
Track jacket. Notice color. I've been laying little seedlings about this. Saying, look at the color, it's blue. Look at the color, it's blue.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
Because this is the only way. Like the first case, it is very easy to use your inference skills. This one is a little bit harder.
What are you just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
No, not even Makoto.
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Yeah, but she never mentioned the color.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just... I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
Nobody did. We don't even know where they are.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
I'm pretty sure they're stuffed in a locker, though.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Is Cherry the best that you could have come up with? I mean, you got Cherry and Big Mac.
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
Yeah, she is.
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
When? Last night, Mondo?
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, because he stuffed it back into the duffel bag.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony...
Stuffed it in the bag in a hurry. Trying to hide it. Yeah.
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I can think of Kyoko saying, hey, you know who this person is. We gotta talk about these two pieces of evidence that we don't have. Yeah. So honestly, she's still my girl.
Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
She's still my girl.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it?
Hey, I mean, that might be one of the points that she couldn't figure out. So if she bluffed about it, then that's how you weed out the person.
Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
Respect. She's my girl.
That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
Respect.
That's
She's
right.
my girl.
However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
She is standing next to him, and she is extremely intuitive.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked, because he said, dude. And she's like, haha, you figured it out. Because, and I mentioned that too, because I was trying to drop little nuggets of information as well, without trying to be super, obvious about it.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently.
Yeah, chicks and dudes.
You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
She is the ultimate detective, and there's no way that she didn't figure out that the crime scene was switched.
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, she's just extremely intelligent.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
But I mean, there's not much else to go on.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
They're probably gonna be like, are we though?
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Ghost friend?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Everyone's like, what are you talking about?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
We have nothing else to go on, apparently, so...
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Did I just, between the investigation and the class trial, just forget that this part happened? Like, why is this little section, wiped from my brain? You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to... Chihiro?
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
Yes.
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Maybe, if it turns on.
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
Which means there are 2 broken handbooks. And Monokuma says that it only has one thing that can break it. But it is waterproof up to a certain amount of feet, which, I mean, you can't get that depth in Hope's Peak right now. And, because I think it probably could go to the bottom of the pool and still be fine, I think is what it's trying to say. So that, and it can also be, pummeled into with tons and tons of force and not break.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
But how did the culprit break it? How did the culprit figure out its one weakness?
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
They're not.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Nope, it just takes one accident and one person smart enough to figure that out.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
Indeed I do.
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
Oh, precisely, in fact. How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. By hitting its weak point.
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
That doesn't mean that somebody can't just, accidentally figure it out, though.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Did we ask Hifumi where he found the handbook?
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
Well, yeah.
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Well, if you tell us, and we find another one that's broken, then it would be like, okay, so who decided to break it again?
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
Why would we?
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Remember that events in this game are not always just one-offs.
I flippin' knew it!
How'd you know it? Because of where he found it. Duh, I just said that.
You knew it?
Yeah, and nobody thought to ask where he found it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
Duh.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
It's because your sweat protects you and something about this mist thing, and that's why it's the scientific reason why Wade and Ember could touch an elemental or whatever. It's a whole bunch of science stuff that I don't understand, and Monokuma's gonna tell us.
It's because as your
cooling layer, blah blah blah. Okay, anyway,
air of the sauna
you definitely get fried. Your body is a natural wonder, and it protects you.
That layer of air would get okay. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
And that protective layer is probably why I hate the sauna, and it makes me feel like I'm gonna die.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
And there's only two people who possibly, from what we saw, that is, could have known about that.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
Mm-hmm. From being in there for so long. And who are the two people who were in there for that long?
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
And we have a common denominator in all of this, because who was in there with his clothes on? That wasn't just a throwaway line.
What if they found out by accident?
I'm inclined to agree with you.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
But how does she know it? Oh, wait a second. They openly talked about it. And if she was there to hear their disgusting bromance conversation...
They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why.
It's probably what she was thinking about this whole time. The wheels in her head were turning.
And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
Mondo Owada.
I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
Makoto does.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
Yeah, he's the one who refereed their stuff.
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Tako's like, no, I can't do this. Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? It had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was... Well, let's go this way. Mondo Owada.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why
Why do you keep accusing him?
Because he's the one who did it, Taka. I'm sorry. So sorry.
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
He sure did.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
So the broken one in the hallway isn't Leon's. It's Mondo's. And Mondo has Leon's.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
Okay, pull out your e-handbook, Mondo, and show us whose name it is whenever you turn it on. I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Broken e-handbook. I think it's just regular broken e-handbook, not Chihiro's e-handbook.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No! Darn.
See? Look, Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Okay. Yes. Makoto's yeah, Mondo's handbook.
Damn handbook works just fine.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Too many buttons.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall.
That one's yours.
Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
But like we said before, if they're dead, then you're safe.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student.
Because, like Monokuma said, dead students are considered objects, which is why I made sure to mention that specifically when I said something about Chihiro in the girls' locker room.
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong.
He's not wrong.
You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
All right.
The killer is you! First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he. which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster, and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it.
So I wonder if Byakuya heard all the commotion and that's what stirred him.
With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work.
Because I bet he was in the library during all of this and probably heard, like, people out and about, maybe?
They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
It's funny that Leon Kawata and Mondo Owada sound so similar.
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence?
We just laid it out.
You need evidence! You need proof!
I love that the past two cases, after it's been laid out, it's like, where's the evidence? And it's like, we just talked about it. We just talked about it.
Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo's the killer? That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Yeah, sure, let's talk about it. Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the R1 button, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. Ooh. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. Okay, so you can push X, triangle, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? Oh, so we've also prepared something called nega time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates nega time during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate Fever Time at this point... No, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. I want to try that. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use Nega Time. Well then, good luck and have fun. We're on kind, so it sure will. Yay! I have to remember to press triangle.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence.
Final strike.
Show me
Without
some
any
evidence.
proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
This should prove it.
Okay, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now.
Yeah, and I lost it is not an excuse at this point. Once again.
Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Mondo. This trial sucks.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
But not for the motive. Oh. I got all A's. Okay, I didn't expect to, but awesome. And I have 83 Monokuma points.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
This is why this trial sucks. Oh god, it's so hard.
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
It just gets worse, by the way. They get worse.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Mondo Owada has been found guilty. Unfortunately.
What?
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada. And I'm pretty sure in the anime, Taka votes for himself. And so Monokuma was like, you gotta be careful because next time you do that, it could mean the end of everyone's lives. Oh, he does say that now. In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very closely to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? What? Why? Why did you do it? Oh, see, we just got their bromance and it's so painful. It's so bad.
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf. This is his secret that he didn't want to get out.
Actually,
the story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the circle button for fast forward the text. No, we're gonna hear it. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen this as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about, even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak, 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 weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which, of course, included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about that at the moment, or right now. I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the thread of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. See that determined little face? Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Monokuma that says this. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been a part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then, Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Yeah. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you... This is so painful. Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat myself.
You know what? You said it for me. To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey!
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother! And Mondo's like, how did you know that? Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother was named Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Vroom vroom. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and his number 2, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. Oh, it's Usuzu. Oh, I love that. Sorry, this is a serious moment. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I messed up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
Strong. Strong. And yet... As soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. It was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am,
What?
I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me?
What?
I'm strong. Are you kidding me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I
No,
just wanted to...
I just really admire you. This is so sad. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
You son of
And
a
stronger
bitch.
than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had a dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him, down at the ground. Hey!
I
Killed
him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. Glad that you find this amusing, because I feel like my heart's being ripped out of my chest. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For his secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. You bastard. Just shut up. Go ahead, say that again. I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want, is what I want to say, but unfortunately, I can't do that right now because it's time for punishing. Punishing? You mean execution? That's what I promised you, right? The Blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader. Wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Ooh, this one's hard. I said wait. Poor Mondo.
Sorry, man.
Oh, this is hard.
I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
And that's his whole thing, too. Is promises among men. Oh, this execution is... Okay, it's kind of weird. It's just awkward. I don't know, but I got so much to say at the end of it. Like, I don't know. I like how Monokuma also has that little pompadour thing on. Poor Mondo. Mondo's like, I deserve this. I know I do. Which is really hard. And it's crazy about how Monokuma was talking about things being in the heat of the moment. And then that's exactly how this murder took place. Like, the cage of death. And it looks like the back of Mondo's jacket where he's part of Crazy Diamond and all that fun stuff. And of course, it's just gonna go round and round in circles and circles. And he's gonna get dizzy and it's just gonna be too much. And the fact that it's an electrified cage and he's dizzy and he's going crazy and it's melting his brain. Which is why, Monica was like, that was too much. But it melted all of him, not just his brain. He melted into butter. Mondo butter. Which, that's disgusting. Because that's very, guess it's not cannibalistic if Monokuma's a bear, but it's really awful because apparently, according to, I don't even know where I read this, but after this execution, Taka does not eat anything ever again. Because Monokuma says something about, I guess, something about the food. I don't know if it's in this conversation or what, but I remember reading that and people talking about how messed up that is, because like this is one of like people's least favorite executions just because it's so like strange and weird and just abnormal. I don't know, but Monokuma's like, laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. Oh, poor Taka, my brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. No, Makoto. Oh. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But of course he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game? Byakuya? Shut up. But Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead, do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that
However,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. Did it though? Are we sure it did? His voice was calm, emotionless, like the void of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library, as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be
Well,
done.
I don't particularly care. Please, continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So, you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that, too? Liven things up?
I see.
So, after hearing about Genocide Jack from Togo, you decided to use that. To create the fake murder scene?
But
dang, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. Or that's the one that you'll have to murder. What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next?
You...
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself. I love when New World Order comes in. I don't know what it does to the game, but I just love it so much.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean? 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 Mean. Good grief! I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever. It doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me. Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand? See, that's his only redeeming quality, is he's just as much against Monokuma as we are. If not, maybe more. But also, why you gotta be such a jerk about it, man? I know that it's a life or death situation and you feel like you can't trust anybody. But also, making people hate you is not the answer.
In the name of my family.
For which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting
Ooh, so cool! It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you! I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. That's funny. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. Oh, The Sims 4 is apparently updated. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. Ooh.
Well, anyway, like I was saying...
I wonder who these people are. I know who it is, but...
This is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
In the game? I mean, it's almost chapter 3. We've had 2 murders. There are 5 people dead.
Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring?
I guess.
Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it.
Are you sure?
Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part.
So there's a traitor.
You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right?
Yeah, but if this person didn't have to, what now?
Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
Yeah, but how do they need to make things more interesting if there's already people who are planning murders? You know what I mean? Like, I understand having a traitor in case things get boring, but if they're not getting boring, what is their use? You know? The traitor's like, I don't quite understand what you mean. There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away!
Oh, when we know who the mastermind is, that will be so much funnier. Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean. The 16th student hiding somewhere within Hope's Peak Academy. Watch out.
Ooh. My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but...
Monokuma's not saying that it doesn't exist either.
Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole.
You got to have your ace in the hole.
And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Oh, is he saying the traitor's not dumb enough to reveal that to their friends? Like, basically, I guess threatening them? Chapter 2, Boy's Life of Despair. The end. There are 10 students left. Wow. To be continued. I received the crazy diamond present, which I cannot give to Taka. I tried on my first playthrough of this game. I was like, do you want this? Apparently you can't give it to him. And also, he will not talk to you. Because he's depressed. Yeah, I'll save my data. Okay, and that's actually where I'm going to leave it. So I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. And I will see you all next time when we start Chapter 3. So, bye guys.